Dj.G9D, Alexx, W.E.E.D, 420 AM. We're back. We got a special guest on today, and we're gonna have a really good time. I think it's gonna our seminal episode. One of our favorite guests is back.
Dj.G9D, Alexx Sounds, aka the Alexx.
Although his previous episode is lost in the interwebs, which will never be recovered apparently. But we're lucky enough to have him again, so we're going to introduce Chris here. We're talking about some Occupy Wall Street.
So this is like episode 9 version 2, basically.
We're redoing it. We hit the reset button due to a technical malfunctions, so to say. And it's all right. We're,
really good show, too. It was very insightful.
We live and learn. These things happen. Hopefully we can improve on last week's show, and I think we will, absolutely.
Yeah, glitchtronics happen. It's not my fault. It was a hard drive failure. Nobody loves hard drive failure.
We'll always love that episode, though. In our hearts.
Lost episode. Every great show has a lost episode somewhere, dude.
Hopefully
technically, this is episode 10, but as far as you guys are concerned, it's episode 9, and the big celebration will be this weekend. Radio 420, call us up, 347-674-20 AM. That number again is 347-672-2026.
Absolutely, and obviously today we're in the midst of this huge election, Republicans nonsense, and we spoke about this last time. But of course, our favorite candidate is Ron Paul, and unfortunately, due to the straight idiocy of the Republican people who are Republicans, can't understand that their only chance of winning back the White House is by electing Ron Paul, because popularity-wise, he's running neck and neck with Barack Obama. The other Republican candidates can barely hit 30% of popularity-wise. And I just see themselves shooting themselves in the foot. It's unfortunate because Ron Paul, even though most of the measures I feel that he wants to undertake would take longer than people understand.
Boring.
It's not boring.
Why are we going into politics?
Because we have a guest who specializes in politics.
Dude, looking at that vodka is just making me gag right now. Like, even without drinking it, like, I just did it so badly on Monday, and I got so sloppy that even thinking about taking a shot right now is nauseating me.
That was Sunday.
I'm watching him drink that straight.
You don't have
really
to look at it.
I know I don't, but it's not like...
Look at the camera, man.
I could either look at Dan Marino or fucking...
Bob Marley?
Bob Marley posters.
That's a pretty good option, man. Bob Marley posters.
Or I could look at your big-ass head over there on the poster.
Or you can look at the real-ass me right in front of you. Or the screen, pay attention to the levels, as you constantly jabber on about.
I don't know, the levels look weird today, but I think sound quality-wise it's going good. They just look weird.
Are you in the right zoom setting? You might have a little too much.
Perhaps.
Look at the percentage. What are you normally on?
It looks a bit different.
Maybe it's the new hard drive reacting.
I guess could be a new installation, so who knows. But it looks weird, but sounds good, so I don't know. It's throwing me for a loop today.
One lost episode, we can't have 2.
Yeah, no, this better air, bro. I can't get guests every week, you know what I mean? Although we are in a pretty good roll. Technically, this is 3 weeks in a row.
It'd be pretty fucking embarrassing to invite a guest for the 3rd time, because we fucked up again.
That's true. I mean, listen, we do hope to have you back.
We might have just quit doing what we're doing.
Well, we might have him back for a follow-up episode, obviously. And as things progress in this election season, we hope to have the show for a very long time. We are going to want to have correspondents on that have a special.
I'm not going to have to learn how to freestyle, am I?
You're not going to have to. We have a guy for that. MC Ills.
Yeah,
we'll be back later on.
We had him last week.
Yeah, we're going to have different correspondents for everything, dude. We got a hip hop correspondent. We got the political.
I'm the conspiracy realist.
You're the socialist. You're the social.
We have a
correspondent.
tanning correspondent.
We're going to give you more like
internet security correspondents. We got all that.
Exactly, man. We got people all over the place. We're bringing in you news. We're bringing you comedy. We're bringing you anything you guys want. We got it all covered. And today's episode is no different, obviously. So what do you guys want to get into? Let's start with our guest because the episode was lost. I want to introduce my friend Chris. I've known him for a very long time, and he's proudly one of the members of Occupy Wall Street movement, which happened earlier, 2011 and into 2012. And he was actually arrested at one of the gatherings.
Though, but I keep looking at that bottle. My brain says no, but my liver says no.
And your heart says, get me out of here.
But my hand says, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think after
big thumbs up.
After the last episode, I think you're gonna stick to the W.E.E.D as the show moniker indicates for today. And then we'll have more Drunken Alexx episodes coming up in the future, I promise, guys, because we give the people what they want. That's what we do.
It's not important. They just want what I want.
Anyway, so My man Chris, thanks for coming on again.
Yes,
really
muchos
appreciate it.
gracias.
We owe you a debt of gratitude, and we do want to give you the first segment because we do owe you an apology because last week was an awesome episode, and it'll be lost in the cavernous halls of the interwebs for eternity. But hopefully this week will deliver as well. And one of my favorite stories we were talking about was the fact that you were actually in October you were detained, let's say, for doing nothing, a bunch of nonsense, quote unquote, allegedly.
I mean, I can get into the whole thing, and I got videos on YouTube, like 3 different angles, proving like exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was the morning of the eviction where they decided to cancel it. About 6,000 people showed up at around 6 in the morning, so they decided to go do a march.
Where did everybody go to the bathroom? I've always wondered. Because that's a lot of people. I mean,
McDonald's.
They're busy protesting all the big corporations, and they walk 2 feet to the Burger King and use the bathroom.
Oh, Burger King let you guys do that.
But they got thrown out too, But, I mean, people.
Well, they did have porta potties set up at the time.
No
porta potties at all. There was no porta potties.
It'd be funny if Burger King
people as least comfortable.
Well, listen, it's kind of funny that a corporation lets you use your bathroom like that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. There was a thing with that, but anyway.
It's like we're protesting corporate greed, except Burger King. They're cool because they let us use the bathroom.
But from what I understand,
is there a lot of pot smoking going on? Like,
oh yeah.
Is it like a new age hippie thing?
I mean, there was a few.
Was there an element of that?
I mean, pretty much like you would run into people out there who are, of course there's going to be a hippie following, but then, like, the guy I shared the cell with was, basically a scientist. He did a documentary on methane, polar ice caps, and, like, what's being done with the environment, so he's...
You mean what's not being done?
Yeah. So he was out there for that. He got arrested too.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I threw an empty pack of cigarettes at the cops while they were beating the shit out of somebody, like, just to throw trash at them.
Right.
And,
somebody needs to check their microphone on switch.
I'm good.
They're both good?
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
Is it recording?
I was dumping out when one of you was talking, which is why, I don't know, that's weird.
Well, continue on.
Testing. So basically, I threw an empty pack of cigarettes at the cops. They tried charging me with that. It was a hot cup of coffee, which is like, one's a harmful thing being thrown, one's not, The whole thing got thrown out, thank God. So I'm dismissed. I'm on 6-month probation. So, I mean, but like, I was just out there, like, I know everything's like fucked up and fucking, like, I know I'm just sick of the whole shit, and I just figured we gotta try something,
Mm-hmm. No, I mean,
did it work? It's for debate, you know what I mean? Like, at least they got people that wouldn't normally pay attention to a situation like that. I mean, it got their heads to turn, to take notice to, what was going on.
There was definitely a lot of media activity down there, and it was
Are you kidding
story.
me? The media activity was outrageous. Every time we take the M5 bus downtown, it was a nightmare. I could have walked faster. I seriously could have walked faster.
I mean, I know you have a grievance with the traffic situation, dude. I know. We've revisited this week, but explain your beef with the whole situation, if you could.
Well, it's just that they always made me late to stuff, man. Every time I would have to take a bus because I hate taking the train. I'd rather sit in the bus, but still, it should be fast and efficient. I mean, but it ain't. I mean, the cops should have done something about it. They should have made people speed through that area.
That's like there was one kid out there just basically yelling at everybody like, "You guys are interrupting my rights. You're
I was one of those people.
You're fucking up my rights."
But I feel like the rights that the Occupy movement was fighting for are way more important, and in the long run, they help everybody. Even you, Mike.
I was yelling
fighting for socialism, man. People need that,
I was screaming, are you trying to get the ones with the jobs fired as well so we could join the protest?
I mean, but in a way...
In a way, it was my fault for being late.
But in a way, it helped you out, because instead of doing that, you now are doing your own...
This,
plus
doing
you have...
this and doing that,
plus you have your own business, which you're working on, so I feel like it forced you to become an entrepreneur, as opposed to a corporate slave.
I enjoy entrepreneurship.
Exactly, and even in a roundabout way, the fact that you were late to work because of Occupy Wall Street made you kind of realize that you don't want to work, for a corporation.
America want to see us live, not work.
Exactly. And now you're living. You got your own podcast and your own business. So why not?
The Podblast podcast.
Podblast podcast. That's right.
Blasted while we cast.
And that's why I agree with it, because I feel like this world is too contrived. There's always everything's about like setting goals and accomplishing shit. Why can't we just live in harmony and like enjoy ourselves?
There's not enough farm space for everybody.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, the United States is not overpopulated. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's underpopulated by all.
Yes, it's true.
300,000
major cities are completely overpopulated.
Yes, but why does it have to be concentrated?
Extra land that's just basically like cornfields and shit.
Why can't we just build medium-sized to large cities with like 400,000 people in the middle of nowhere? It does. Who cares?
I mean, for me,
what do you mean, who cares? You can't.
What the fuck is Montana doing right now that's so important?
Even
if they're
with
not growing hemp, go fuck yourself.
Nebraska. All these places.
All these people are voting for the wrong people. That's all they're doing at this point. And in reality, what we should do with all that extra land, Wyoming has about 900,000 people living in Wyoming. This island has about 600,000 people living.
Wyoming has.
It's about 40 times the size of Staten Island.
I'll tell you what goes on in Wyoming.
Cowboys?
I think corn and nothing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, we really are concentrating
Come
on
for
all
the
these
corn,
big
stay
cities.
for a second helping of corn.
And the middle of the country complains that they're marginalized by the media, they're marginalized by politicians. You know what? Small cities are small for a reason.
I hate
because
that word.
they
It's
suck.
just so overused in media today.
What?
Marginalized.
They are being marginalized. They
That word's
complain
been-
about it all the time. Oh, you call us flyover states. Yeah, you know what? Build something useful and maybe we just stop by for a visit. Don't be such a fucking redneck hick and have some, like, cool things going on in, like, a liberal city. Then you know what? People would stop by and visit and you can become, like a Denver or like a St. Louis.
I just have a feel like I'll never visit any of these places, but I got a feeling if I did, I'd get off the flight and immediately be attacked by like these Bible freaks and shit, like just ready to convert me. It's like,
But don't
as
you
soon
agree
as I
that
come off
even
the flight,
in the
bro.
Midwest, where it's like,
according to the news, the Mormons already got you converted.
yeah, they're growing, man. 8 million and counting.
They baptize your ashes before you're even dead.
Yeah, dude. I'm in their system. I was never a Mormon. I don't even know how they got me in their database. It scares me. But we'll get back to that. I do want to talk about the Midwest a little bit longer because, you know, if you think about it, there are a few cities that kind of stand out.
We're not
in the
here
crowd.
to think.
Yeah, we are here to think. We're here to help people think. Cities like St. Louis, Austin, Texas,
Not me.
Denver, Colorado are in the Midwest, but they're not of the Midwest. For example, Denver has a very good medical marijuana policy, which is lacking in even cities like New York and all across the East Coast. Austin, Texas, nothing like any other part of Texas, South by Southwest. University of Texas, very cool places to visit. One of the best concerts.
What do you call when the Denver Broncos choke during the season?
I'm hoping it's not a horse penis joke, bro. That's all I'm hoping.
No. Bronchitis.
Oh, that's good. There you go.
I just wrote that in my head.
Yeah, you work on that all weekend. Give me a break.
Yes, I cannabis. Yeah, I stayed up all night right now.
I know. I told you, man. I know when you're. I know the real gems. You stay up and write. So I mean, the Midwest could be transformed. What we need to do, in my opinion, is
Bible
You want
Belt,
some
right? What's
podcast
the Bible?
for
The
the
Bible
podcast?
Belt is what, the South and the Midwest.
the Bible Belt is the South, but the
Okay.
Midwest is much more. The Bible Belt. The thing is with the Bible Belt is that it's not sparsely populated. Those are the Ohios, the Detroits. You know what I mean? The Rust Belt and the Bible Belt goes down to Tennessee, Nashville,
Right.
Atlanta. Those cities do have population. I'm talking about the Midwest, where literally, only like about an eighth of the
Literally.
United States population lives in that area. If you think about states like Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, to a lesser extent Minnesota, especially Wyoming, even states like Nevada. If you think about it, there's only 3 cities in Nevada with 1 million people, and you would have thought there'd be more. Carson City, Nevada, Las
It'd be
Vegas,
less.
and
I thought it
Reno.
was just Las Vegas. Pretty
During
much.
Burning Man, the city of Black Rock becomes the 3rd biggest city in all of Nevada when there's about 500,000 people there. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. This could be utilized. We're not doing it. We can get off oil and completely convert everything to biodiesel because we have
They're not
the
interested in
technology.
that.
They're not interested. I
They're
know.
not interested.
Because we're stuck in this society of scarcity instead of a society of abundance, which is what
Right.
we really have. We have the most resources out of any country
They're just
in the history
trying
of
to
the
make-
world.
They're
at
just
this
trying to
moment.
keep people desperate.
World,
That's
Craig.
it.
Not
The
just
world.
L.A.
No, the world, dude.
It's just a matter of people keeping people desperate, afraid.
Yeah, exactly.
Alone.
It creates a
isolated.
consumerism.
That's it, bro. It's like they got us by the balls, folks. Like George Carlin says, bro.
Exactly.
That's what it is, bro.
It's unfortunate because there is such a simple solution to all of this. I mean, the way we engineered our society is just wrong. There's better ways to go about it. We engineered a society completely wrong. The way we engineered our lives around the vehicles,
It's not that
and
it's
the
wrong, but
transportation we use.
it's not so much that it's wrong. It's just so much that like
It's not sustainable.
With each passing generation, it's like shit just keeps getting piled on.
The budget's
You know what I
not
mean? You just
sustainable.
you pile on this idea of insurance. You know, everything just gets piled on. And when we're at the point where we could really like not start completely from scratch, but just have a whole new approach to everything that we do with the amount, like with the resources we have available to us at this time. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to go Alex Jones on you, but I think it's possible to start over. You get rid of the Federal Reserve, go to a
They're not
resource-based
going to do that.
economy,
I'm talking like look
and
at civil
that's
rights.
starting over.
Civil rights and the women's movement and all, like all these things, like I forgot who even said it. Like these are like accommodations that are made. Like okay, we'll accommodate you.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna. It's not gonna be. They're not gonna do like a complete 180.
And keep in mind, we're talking about a country that is somewhat free and is way better off than like 85% of the rest of the world. And you know what? It's still disappointing because of the potential that we have to create basically not a utopian society, but a close to utopian society where everyone has the basic necessities, which is all people are really asking for. 85% of crime is caused due to economic hardship. We would eliminate 85% of crime. The only things we wouldn't eliminate are literally fucked up people who have psychological issues, and that's it. Otherwise, everyone else, all the other crime going on in the world is based on economic hardship.
Yeah.
People don't rob liquor stores because they're bored. You know what I mean?
They rob liquor stores because they need drugs.
They need sustenance. They need to feed their kids and shit. If that was taken care of, there would be basically no crime.
I mean, like I did an interview. I forgot it was either Democracy Now or something.
I disagree with you. There's not a lot of people robbing stores because they gotta feed their kids, bro. They wouldn't fucking risk that to feed their kids.
You don't know that. Whatever.
I mean, if
Most people that rob
they're
things-
backed into a corner, bro. It's like they got no other options going on. It's like, that's
Well,
like,
either it's people who owe somebody money and are about to get killed, or number two, somebody on drugs. It's usually never somebody doing it for their kids.
well, like, here's the thing. Like, I gave an interview with, it was either Democracy Now or one of those,
NPR,
real news
possibly.
outlets, yeah. I was like, everybody that's in the prison system right now, it's like they're pretty much anything they were convicted of is like null and void. Unless they killed somebody, they're pretty much there for the same reason. Like, they need bread. That's, that's what it comes down to.
And like
You know
a
what I mean?
quarter of the prison system is full of nonviolent criminals, basically drug users,
Yeah.
which should be medical issue, not a legal issue, because we should treat it as if we treat it like alcohol rehab or any other kind of rehabilitation. Whether you're too fat or you're too fucking whatever, you have some kind of something wrong with you. If you're addicted to drugs, yes, it's unfortunate, and you should be smarter about it. But you should also not have to go to prison for it and become a hardened criminal in prison. Because that's what happens to drug users in prison. They become criminals. Because at that point, you have no choice. You have to fucking get with the program or you're going to get killed,
They really
shanked
don't know,
to death.
because they don't know much else to do with these people. Like, okay, throw them in jail, and then they get they got privatized prison systems.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit
the
where they
prison
can fuck
lobby
up.
is huge.
Well, let me ask
Like,
you this.
They could really do like a rehabilitation. Like, would take these people instead of jail time. Like rehabilitate these people.
And these jobs would still exist.
therapy and
Yeah.
something.
And all these prison guards would still have jobs, just more meaningful lives. That's all.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
that's
the only
what I'm
difference.
shouting at the cops. I'm like, yo, we just want meaningful lives. We don't want to be wasting away and doing nothing. Like doing stupid shit. Like, yeah, we understand people need jobs, but all right, like jobs that are actually worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like.
Absolutely. And even if they're menial, but they're useful, like, I'm not saying that we should provide everybody with everything they need, but I think basic healthcare, housing, and food at this juncture with the technology that we're capable of, that the United States possesses already, it's a no-brainer. It's so easy. Most European countries do it. They don't have homeless people.
But let me ask you this. What do you guys from Occupy think about Anonymous, the hacker group? Because I see you wearing that mask, and I'm personally a big fan of Anonymous's work.
You said you are or you're not?
I am.
Oh, of course.
That's a lot of technical skills to do all that.
Yeah. Dude, I
can
mean, what
appreciate
they
skills like
hacked
that.
NATO. They hacked what else?
It's
A
pretty
lot of
difficult
large
task.
corporations.
A lot of government websites. I mean, because the way I see it, it's like
PlayStation
these people. Have
That
already
one I
had-
don't agree with.
Yeah,
Why
what
would
was
people,
that? Yo, they hacked
Anonymous is
Sony,
like,
right?
PlayStation Network, okay, I got it. Can't you just hack Sony's bank accounts? Why do you gotta fuck with the PlayStation Network? I'm trying to play some Call of Duty, motherfuckers. What the hell? And I mean, and in reality, it's necessary, because we spoke about this ad nauseum.
Because
me and
people
you.
that don't know what their work is about, they Google who they are, and then they see the message, and they might convert some people over. And you never know. That's
I hope so.
That's how they advertise their brand. They take down networks.
See, here's
Because as I say every week,
That's I guess what it is.
the internet
It's
is the last
equated to.
bastion. The
Here's-
last bastion of freedom is the internet, and
Pretty much, yeah.
everyone agrees on that, because every other media has been so saturated by dollars.
Dude,
and
I haven't watched
advertisers.
TV in like 5 months,
It's.
bro. I'm
I mean, what do we have except for the internet? You can't rely on any other news source, no matter if it's leaning one way or another. We're basically left with the internet and a couple of independent outlets that actually provide news without a slant or their opinion on it.
Yeah,
So
word. You can't even use shortwave radio for that anymore.
exactly, and like I feel like without the internet, this movement would be impossible.
yeah.
Any of the movements
it's what they're
across-
trying to trigger. If everybody was just on the same page and everybody knew at a certain time and a certain day to just show up and do something, like we can actually do some real change, bro.
Did you hear about what the NSA is doing in the Utah desert in a town called Bluffdale? It's a Mormon town.
Well, let me hear about it.
And they're building the most advanced spy center of all time. It's going to be like 1 million square feet of server space
Mm-hmm.
that are going to they're going to have the storage capacity 10 to the 28th power yettabytes.
Wow. I don't even heard of that one.
Databytes are like a bunch of exabytes. Like,
Oh, God.
Like 1,000 of those. I don't even know what those are.
Yeah, what the hell's an exabyte? I thought the terabyte was the biggest I heard.
10 to the power of 28 yettabytes.
Oh my God. That's
insane.
too much fucking mathematics for me right now.
But they're going to store every email, Google search,
Oh my
fucking
God.
phone call, travel, and they're going to make a graph for each person that shows which activity, like, you do more of, so they can graph out your life.
Kind of like
How
Facebook.
often you're on the phone, how often you travel, what you make, your financials. They'll be able to sniff out and collect encrypted data and crack it, financial data, decrypt it and crack it. Basically, it's like the ultimate data gathering tool.
When is this thing
And it's
supposed to
going
be
to
completed?
incorporate every other CIA and NSA base station for spying and integrate them into one. It's like
Utah Desert.
Cybernet, bro. I'm telling
See,
you.
I don't doubt it. Like, I'm trying to explain to my mother, because she's still, you know, I'll say, like, in terms of being awakened, she's been so absorbed into the system her whole life that she's just so dependent on it. Like, we're to the point she really doesn't have any free thinking skills at all. But, like, I'm trying to explain to her, I'm like, you don't understand, like, what you're watching on TV, everything you see is, like, these people have had uninterrupted, like, time of, like, 50 years or so, like, to just do whatever they want. Like, they've already figured out how to make people think. Like, they have all these psychology majors absorbed into their collective. Like, they know, like, but, like, you try to explain to the old generation, like, they just don't understand. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, ignorance is bliss for the most part. And unfortunately, most people prescribe to that notion. I try to go a little deeper. I mean, the way I look at it is like I understand the system well enough where
I don't try to prescribe to notions. I try to prescribe to medicinal weed. Let me get that.
I'm with you on that, brother.
Let's smoke some more medicinal weed.
All right, getting
medicinal
back.
purposes.
We're really serious today, but we want
Ladies
to
and gentlemen, kids, boys, and girls, please don't try this at home. We're professional Russians. We do this for a living.
We do want to get into some other stuff here besides the Occupy Wall Street movement. This is a really funny story, and I'm proud of Canada for this. I never say those words. They actually have
I'm
made.
trying to move there one day, bro.
It's really cold, dude. I hope you're
Vancouver
ready
ranked
for all
number
that.
4 in the world, bro. Best place in the world to live.
If you love winters, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's really cold.
And rain.
But one thing that you won't be encountering in Canada is Mr. Vice President Dick Cheney.
No, I've seen
Because
something about
he is
that.
actually a war criminal officially in
course.
Canada.
Is that
which
a
is
secret
fantastic.
anymore?
He should be a war
His
criminal
first name
everywhere.
says it all.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, his first name does say it all. Never has someone been named more appropriately. I'm sure he went as by Richard Cheney, but then when he was like 12 years old, he realized, wait, I'm a dick.
It's like, here's the thing, like, they're more curious about investigating us. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, if you look into Cheney's, like, life.
Oh my
like,
god, so much. He owned
you
part
have
of
skeletons
Halliburton,
falling out
became
from
vice
the fucking
president.
ceiling. They fall down from
Hey,
the
look,
ceiling.
if you
bro.
could go to a Republican convention and keep saying, I hate Dick, eventually somebody will go
They might
back
think
and
I'm Rick
say,
Santorum.
he's like, why do you hate him? I like Dick. I bet you could get a Republican to say that at a convention.
I'm sure they all love Dick Cheney. It's like their weird fascination with Reagan. They want to like put him on the stamp so they can lick his ass. It's so fucking weird. Like, I mean, yes, Reagan was like one of the Republican presidents that actually wasn't the biggest fuck up, but like he was very, he didn't do that much good stuff. Like he fucked up Afghanistan. To this day, we're still dealing with this nonsense with Afghanistan. If he just would have built some schools there, none of this would have happened.
Dude, here's the. Did you ever read or see anything about the memoirs by Robert McNamara, the Secretary of State during the Vietnam War?
Yeah, I actually have.
Like, he wrote in his memoirs that they staged the entire Gulf of Tonkin incident, the incident that got us into the Vietnam War. It's like all these soldiers, like over 60,000 soldiers or whatever, that died. Like, where are the families, bro? They're not outraged that their family members died for nothing,
this
bro.
keeps happening
over like an imagined fucking incident that
whenever
happened?
the United States wants to get into a war, which for profit, which it does all the time. Think about World War I. I know it's not the most popular war out there, but the Lusitania, that was taken down by American submarines. The Germans had nothing to do with it. That was just an excuse to get into the war. World War II was a little different, but they knew about Pearl Harbor 3 weeks in advance. You know that shit.
Allegedly. I don't know. I
Allegedly.
wasn't there.
I've
Okay.
seen the alleged
I didn't
story.
live in that
I know
period.
for a fact,
I know
though,
the
Gulf of
technology
Tonkin was
wasn't as
completely
good.
made up. It was a complete fabricated
Yeah.
fucking myth, and
just
all
like the
these people had to
Lusitania,
die for nothing.
basically.
And how long did that war go on? Like, what? How long?
The Vietnam War?
Yeah.
Like 8 years.
Like 8 years for nothing.
An
It was a
operation.
bloodbath.
Scary, bro.
It wasn't officially declared war. That's the thing. I think we got to stop this nonsense where like a president could just go to war. I think we need Congress to have to declare a war to really, because that's what World War I and
It's
World
like,
War
who
II
you
were.
have all these people. If the real
there's only one
powers
constitution.
want a war, all they got to do is go to the
Commander-in-Chief.
Congress and just like, all right.
Yeah, but
want
we
this
haven't
war,
had a
that's it.
declared war since World War II, dude. A
Yeah.
declared war. none of these things that happened, Korea, Vietnam,
They were
the
proxy
Gulf,
wars, no.
they were operations. They were so-called operations. Think
But it
about
was a war.
Operation
Let's be
Gulf
real here.
War. It was the Operation Desert Storm. None of these were actual wars. Operation Freedom, Operation Liberty. But I mean, obviously, it's a fucking facade.
War's a racket, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But they haven't had an official war. I mean, me and Alex had the great idea of just like, if you want to declare war on a country, take the two presidents and just put them in a cage match and see what the fuck happens.
Right?
Yeah.
We were talking about Putin versus Barack Obama. That'd be pretty good, right? Obama got the reach, but Putin's got the KGB
Yeah, I don't
training.
know, bro.
That'd be pretty good.
Bro,
Who would
I'm
not pay
convinced,
$49.99?
Yo, like, if you put Putin and Obama in a cage match, bro, Putin will just stare him down to death. It's like some kind of telekinetic fucking, like, fatality.
I don't know, bro. Apparently George Bush saw his soul through his eye.
You know what I mean? Bro, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
He's a
something about
tough
Putin,
guy,
bro.
that Putin.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he's
is,
got-
but he's in the KGB.
he's got-
obviously.
he's-
but fair. Vladimir Putin.
Bro, he's got telekinesic fucking powers, bro.
I mean, and him and Obama have a very similar the way they became president. It's weird because Putin was a nobody. He was a KGB
They're
operative.
presidents that don't take no shit from nobody.
Not even that. It's just like they both came out of nowhere and they were basically picked at random. That's why to this day I still think. I mean, and I think he still is. Barack Obama's in the CIA.
Well, see, here's like Obama in 08. I really thought he was the Ron Paul at that time. I really thought, like, all right, this is the motherfucker that's, you know, he's the embodiment of change. You know what I mean? Just from his skin color and shit. You know,
but he's done an okay job considering the state of affairs. But he's fucked up in three huge ways. He did not jail any bankers in 08. He didn't. He started doing raids on marijuana again.
What's
like,
with the
after promising
NDAA
not
that he
to.
fucking signed, bro? Like, what is that? Like really?
I mean, he's made he made three huge blunders, and I'm not gonna forgive him for it. I'm sorry, he's still a
And
better
he was a
option than
constitutional
anybody.
law professor. He's not some joke from the
I know.
fucking private sector, you know.
Exactly,
CEO
and he was
fucking Romney. And
he was a
shit.
community organizer, and he shouldn't be the way he's acting so nonchalantly to the things that are happening, like he doesn't care, like he's above it. That's my problem with him. You know what I mean? Like when people ask him, "How come you don't want to legalize marijuana? How come you don't want to use hemp as an industry?" He doesn't even answer the question. You know what I mean? And no one's gonna say anything.
Because he's trying to show face to the people like my parents, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
but is it really? Is that the time right now? Is to save face when you're elected? You're not looking for voters at this point. You're looking to actually make a difference.
Save face and not take drug tests while you smoke base.
Who the hell cares about saving face at this point? I'd rather he not get reelected, but stick to his campaign promises.
What are
So
you
he's a
guys talking about,
hypocrite
saving
now.
grace?
of course.
I mean, and he's done some decent
Dude,
things.
he's a politician, bro. It's just I just didn't see him for what he was at that time, you know what
I mean,
Like,
everyone had a lot of hope, and listen,
You know?
it could have been way worse. And obviously, McCain would have been a way bigger disaster.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, he's a better he's a better candidate than anybody but Ron Paul right now.
with
So-
the housemaid they threw in as his running mate, you know.
They get into the White House and it's Rumspringa.
Yeah, seriously. Sarah Palin. They're actually making a movie on HBO, which I can't wait to see, called Game Change.
I thought it was out already.
Is it out? No, I think it's.
What?
I
What
think
they
it's Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Which movie?
Like
It's
where
called
they
Game
basically
Change.
admit how they just got together and were like, all right, we're
Yeah,
throwing
they
her.
needed something.
They
and
wanted to get the
totally
women's
backfired.
vote, bro. Like, and it's just, you know.
Well, keep in mind at that
someone
time,
they could easily pull strings with, like that you could anybody. I mean, a fucking monkey could pull the strings.
Of course, and keep in mind at that time, Hillary Clinton was very popular, so
Yeah.
they thought that
all
maybe
the
they could counteract.
disenfranchised women. Yeah,
Oh,
bro. Like, there's
Hillary.
always an agenda to this shit, and
Of
it's
course.
like, and these people don't even.
In
like,
hindsight,
anybody
he
they put
wouldn't have
out
won
there.
either way, but I feel like she was exposed as a fraud. I mean,
Yeah.
she got a degree in like communications from Idaho State University.
Sounds like somebody else I know.
I know, but Idaho State University compared to Seton Hall, it's not. That's like Harvard compared to like freaking Kingsborough Community College.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'm trying to say is that she didn't have the pedigree.
Oh, take that, Kingsburg.
I'll patch you. My dad graduated from there, so I shouldn't have taken shots, but
G's got a bone to pick with you guys.
they got a nice
Apparently.
aquarium. So, I mean, at this point, obviously, if they could go back, I think they would pick somebody else. They would probably go with somebody like, maybe like a John Boehner or somebody younger.
Oh,
who,
not
like,
Boehner,
Oh, Jesus
come on.
Christ.
No, but think about
Please
it. Like,
not Boehner.
had
Anybody but
McCain
Boehner.
not picked Palin, who else was in the candidacy for that? You know what I mean? There was a
Dude,
lot
but
of
the fucked up thing is, like, she was probably the best choice for him to be running with. Bro. Like,
Honestly, I think he would have gotten blown out even harder if she wasn't.
Yeah.
If she didn't get the women's vote. She got some of the women's vote. The fact is, with her, most like women who are like not retarded, just small population, kind of see through it.
Yeah.
And then like
but the majority, we are the minority. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's by the time me and you are like 40 years old, it's going to be 60-40. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
Because at this rate, the women are being born like 2-to-1 rate to men at the moment.
Yeah.
Because there's something to do with the water. But hey, listen.
No, the women always overpopulous. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking. That's cool. In the long run, it's going to work out because I'll have my pick of the litter. That's the wrong choice of words. No. That's the wrong choice of words. You're right.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. I mean, like, Sarah Palin, and you know what? Who's to say she's not going to run in 2016? But the fact that she couldn't hack it as governor, like, she quit as governor. I mean, if you can't be governor of Alaska, which is like being principal of a homeschool, you really can't hack it in any kind of other political arena. I mean, I could be governor of Alaska. There's less people living in Alaska than there are in on 42nd Street in the city. Literally.
Basically.
Yeah. It's like 1/40 millionth of the population. Are we taking a break? Is that what's happening?
Radio 420AM W.E.E.D. That's right. We're taking a break, my good friend.
Okay, thank you. We'll be back.
Yeah, we're talking politics today. You might think it's Super Tuesday, but it's not.
There are elections going on, though. Which we'll
and we're going to
update.
play some Mexico or Poland. But first, we'll be right back after this.
We both are lost. We both are lost. We both are lost. We both are lost, 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 lost. We both are lost. We both are lost. We both are lost. We both are lost, 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 lost.
Yeah, buddy. And
That is how it's done.
And if you're not doing it like that, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And whatever, don't try it at home anyways. This is for medicinal purposes only.
Yeah, but as a
/
disclaimer,
entertainment purposes.
but as a disclaimer, the show is meant to enjoy while you're stoned, just for the record. So.
Something good to mellow out with, yeah.
420 AM W.E.E.D. Dj.G9D.
Broadcasting live from Canada.
Where Dick Cheney is a wanted criminal. If you're in Canada and you see Dick Cheney, shoot on sight.
Yeah, really.
Pretend like you're a quail or his friend.
where I'm not considered a criminal for smoking pot. It's ridiculous.
Really only two places. Amsterdam and Jamaica.
In Canada.
Canada, yeah, that's true.
Hey.
Cali. You shouldn't get away with it here. You're not considered a criminal in my garage. You're always a welcome vagrant in my establishment. Don't worry about it.
Vagrant.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just because I pass out drunk here.
I went there, bro. I went there. I went there. So
I'm no studio squatter.
No surprise. Rick Santorum won Alabama and Mississippi.
Jesus, well, he won 2?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's less attractive than the definition of his name.
And Alabama and Mississippi once again proved that they are a waste of time.
You know, there's a big fucking gathering for that shit. That's big. That's big news, man. He won.
Eked it out. 34% and 32% respectively. Newt Gingrich almost won. He had 31% in Mississippi compared to 32% by Rick Santorum. And as I said a few weeks ago,
Is this going on today? This is today.
This is today. This is
Wow.
live. Hawaii. The polls close at 2 a.m. For those people listening, it was a few days back. No, hopefully yesterday, but possibly a few days back. So, I mean, if you're still voting for Newt Gingrich at this point, just kill yourself. I'm sorry. If you're not an overweight, obese man from Georgia, you have no excuse.
I'm not even going to vote for anybody. I'm just going to kill myself. I hate them all.
Okay, there you go. One
Neither
solution.
of these options are going to work.
A solution to all of life's
Bro,
problems.
seriously, I want to go to the voting booths and just hold a sign. Like, I don't know what it's gonna say, but it'll, I'm gonna wake up a few people at the voting booth,
so,
bro.
You should wear that mask if you go vote.
Yeah, right. Cool. I should definitely.
Are you registered anonymous? No, I'm anonymous. I'm not registered. I'm sorry. I don't know why I found that so funny. I apologize.
Cricket sound effects.
We will. We'll get a picture of your mask on the website.
All right. Yeah, that's why I brought it
to make sure people are aware of all that stuff. So,
like, you have to understand there is people fighting on their behalf. You know what I mean? So it's like, you'll see some shit about Occupy movement. And it's like, and it'd be like, oh, blah blah blah. But it's like, yo, these people are there for you. Shut up. It's like,
they are. They're there to
either
represent.
shut up or join them, bro. It's like
most of you are part of the 98%, I would say. So
yeah.
So I mean, if you're not happy with them, then you're just not educated enough to understand the issues. And listen, they're multiple, and sometimes
that's
the
one thing
varies depending on the demographic you're trying to describe the people by.
That has to be the
sort
one
of like
fucking
potheads
thing.
probably got to be like 43%.
Here's the thing, like I still talk to my ex-girlfriend from years ago. Like we still hang out and shit every now and then. It is what it is, bro. But it fucking all right,
said butt fucking.
Yeah. So here's
don't say words like that on the
Here's
air.
the thing, like she studied nursing and shit. So like I understand she's gone through a lot of science classes. So every now and then she'll come out with something, and I'll just be like, you know what? I have to admit I haven't done enough research on that.
Mm-hmm.
I love science class.
Let me look on the internet or whatever. Let me get back to you in a few days on that. You know what I mean?
And that's the right approach.
That's the only approach, bro. And it's like these people just form their fucking opinions without looking at anything, bro. And it's like that's one thing that out of everything that drives me fucking nuts, bro. The fact that these people just jump to something and fight you to the death on it without even fucking looking at any kind of research.
Giants, Patriots, Super Bowls.
Yeah, well,
that was fun. I'm not gonna, you know how I feel about the Giants and Patriots.
I'm having Super Bowl withdrawals.
I know. I miss football too.
We need to go throw around the pigskin.
We could do that. It is unseasonably warm. We had a great winter, by the way. This winter was
today
fantastic.
was beautiful, my man.
Europe got the brunt of it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Europe got got the cold front because the currents reversed rotation for some reason, and luckily it's March and spring is around the corner. I would say my birthday officially March 21st to be exact.
happy birthday.
And all the listeners
Storm
out there,
season has started.
I know your birthday just passed as well a few days back, so I hope you had a good one.
It was alright.
Okay, it's a little more enthusiasm, but sure.
It was cool.
Yeah, warm, moist air is coming early.
I know, which is awesome because I love spring.
Tornado season started early.
But I'm discovering the reality where I have to hide my age now, which sucks, you know. So it's like,
Would you ever want to go tornado chasing?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I would try. I mean, I think at
Would
this
you ever
point,
want to see a tornado like up
Bro,
close?
to
if
me,
my
that's
car
like
was
mile or two
brolic,
from
if
you.
I had like a QX56, maybe.
Yo.
If I had like a Geo Prism, I don't think so.
That's like me trying. That's like going into a fucking zoo and trying to pet a bear, bro. It's like, well, and then some shit happens, bro. It's like, what are you doing?
I would
I
have a
think
car
you
with a
would
lot of
too.
downforce.
I think if you keep a distance when it comes to tornadoes,
Yeah.
people have survived it and stuff. And obviously, there's a movie called Twister which documents nonsense like this. But I think it's one of those things I actually would want to enjoy. It's like an adrenaline rush. It's like skydiving or bungee jumping.
I think it's more extreme than that because it's
Yeah.
a very humbling experience to be something next to something so huge that could kill you so easily.
That's true. Well, nature is humbling in general. No matter how far we advance technologically,
It's
we'll
amazing.
we'll never be
That's
able
why
to
we
do
should
anything.
stop ruining it.
Unless we take
Just
control
stop
of
it. Come on, people. Let's
Yeah.
just stop it.
It's true. It's true. We can't go on
It's
that
here to
tear.
help us. We're not helping it.
The ultimate
Right.
satisfaction
It'll
in
survive.
life
We
is
might
harmony with your surroundings, including nature. You know,
You
harmony
got
with
to.
your surroundings is something that everyone seeks. No matter
Yeah.
how cold-hearted you are, that's one thing that everyone seeks.
You don't have to be a
Deep
hippie
down.
to believe in that.
Yeah, deep down, you want to be loved, no matter how much or you at least want to be admired or feared for something.
Unless you can construct from atoms, then
Then
you can ruin nature because you can just make stuff from
they do have
atoms,
weather machines and
from
shit.
elements. You
and
combine
apparently,
them together into things.
I don't know if you
When
heard
you're
this.
scientifically advanced like that.
I don't know if you heard this a few months
It's possible. What do you mean?
No,
back. But there was a Russian politician who's a little nuts, Zhirinovsky. I don't know. if
Zhirinovsky.
You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
He ran for president this past election against Putin. He lost. Putin bought the election.
Yeah, he was the
I always repeat the name, it
leader.
sounds
There was
I'm
four.
surprised
no,
he's not
the
fucking
United States has
Russian.
2 parties. Every other country, including Russia, has like 5 parties. Keep that in mind.
Bro, the parliamentary system.
They
Bro,
still got
I've
the
done a lot of
Communist
shit on
Party.
this. Yes.
No, Russia has 4 major
I
parties.
agree. A parliamentary system is probably better, but it's still corrupted like
Oh yeah,
everything
it's
else.
corrupted, but there's more choices. There's
But,
more
yeah.
crappy choices.
Nasha
There's-
Rasha.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a lot. It's more harder to corrupt, but yeah.
So there was some so he was on air talking about how the fact that the Russians possess some like crazy weather machine, and actually because these guys
Isn't that
a
what
little
HARP
nutty.
is, allegedly?
Yeah, see, and there was a dispute with like some like Belarus or Ukraine about like some exporting business,
Yeah.
and he actually threatened the country on live Russian television that he's going to send the weather machine to destroy the country or whatever, and like people don't even know what they're capable of and all this nonsense. So, and a lot of people dismiss it as some kooky shit, and especially like the anchors.
Oh no, I know they're trying to. The military's like in fucking shit to try to make like lightning into fucking like targeted strikes and shit, bro. I know.
Exactly.
I know.
And there was even a theory that the earthquake in Haiti was orchestrated by one of these like weather programs that like the major powers.
That's,
run.
an earthquake is not weather.
I know, but I'm
Rubbing
saying
of
like
tectonic plates.
well, I'm saying the seismic activity was orchestrated. There's ways of doing that. Keep in
Well,
mind.
isn't that what HARP is? It's like
Yeah.
you find the frequency, its natural vibration, and you send the pulse exactly that tone, and it starts resonating until something starts breaking apart.
I mean,
Tesla said he's invented that over 100 years ago, didn't he?
yeah, Tesla was ahead of his time. The funny thing about Tesla is that he actually invented electricity, but Thomas Edison blackmailed him.
Yeah.
Very little known.
Did you see this shit? Really?
Yeah, because Tesla wanted electricity to be free for
I'm gonna have
everybody.
to say I don't know much
'Cause
about the subject. I'm gonna have
the
to do
Tesla
more research
coil-
later.
The Tesla coil was
the
not. You
coil.
can't charge for it. It just creates electricity
Wow.
The Tesla coil.
from static. So the Tesla coil was actually meant
The coil.
to be given to people as like in like cities and stuff, and they would just provide electricity without
They'll
there
put
would
their
be no
hand
electric
on it,
company.
and
Thomas
the hair would
Edison, on the
stand
other
up.
hand, sold his product. Con Edison has his name in it.
Yeah.
And
All right.
Con,
So he was like the Mark
ironically.
Zuckerberg of his time, bro.
He
Yeah, all right.
basically made electricity
All right.
the social network. Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. He sold it off,
All right.
as opposed to Nikola Tesla, who actually wanted to give it away because he was like a more free thinking type person, as opposed to Thomas Edison, who really was a patent hog. He just wanted to patented everything basically, and he's from New Jersey, which is right down here.
He was a
so-
grassroots libertarian.
Yeah, grassroots, exactly. And Tesla was blackmailed, and
That's a very grassroots
some of his patents
thing to do.
expired, and Thomas Edison paid off the patent office to have him take the patents over. There's a lot of shady shit if you look into this.
I don't
turn of
doubt
the
it,
century.
man. I've been looking into shady shit
And to
like
this
for the
day-
past 10 years, bro.
To this day,
Yeah.
we're still paying electricity, which at this point, if you think about it, this grid is already paid for.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen a Twilight what was the Twilight Zone episode where like all it took for the aliens in this one episode is to just turn off the power in one street, and then it's like all of a sudden like everybody just went fucking crazy.
yeah.
It's like you could see something like that could happen today, maybe, possibly, right?
I mean, now people rely on it so much. I mean, that would really put us in a standstill. I mean, we do have power outages.
Like,
obviously.
yeah, people are so dependent on like a fucking, like, they don't know any other life without light, you know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden it's like, and you see people panicking like during little fucking blackouts and shit. It's like, yo, imagine that on like a massive fucking, like, global scale or whatever.
I mean, there has been some massive blackouts, think about it. And there has been, very, with differing results. I mean, because we could have some massive scale riots if that actually does happen.
Yeah.
And I mean, with the rate that we're going, we could have, I'm assuming we're going to have a blackout at some point this summer. Maybe a small one. Because one guy in the parts of Jersey were blacked out for a really long time.
Yeah.
Was maybe a year ago or so.
Something like that.
So, I mean, it could happen. You know, our grid is not like, as, I mean, you're probably more of an expert on this. I mean, we're not. We need our infrastructure isn't like up there with the like some of the other, countries have the infrastructure that's been much newer. I'm assuming.
Yes.
So I mean, at this point, we're kind of we do need. It is painted rust.
The power grid especially is vulnerable. That needs upgrades badly.
Yeah, our transportation system, at this point,
transportation system is okay.
It's okay in New York City.
It's deteriorating in
New
a
York
lot of places.
City, the subway system's okay, but
I would say the number one thing is
you think Amtrak's okay? You think New Jersey Transit's okay? They're not. They're in terrible shape.
Yeah, we need a bullet train.
We do need faster.
Yeah.
What we need to build is a
maglev
maglev train, which is a magnetic train, which requires no power.
It's like in
Magnetic
Japan and
levitation.
fucking, yeah, right.
And it exists. It doesn't no money.
It's
to be
not,
made
it's not
off
that,
of it.
I mean, they just,
Yeah, there's no money to be made. There's no money to be
I
made.
mean,
off
there's
of it.
going to be money to be made. It's just not going to be as much as they're accustomed to right now. So that's why they have to keep everything the same. I get it, bro.
It requires
a French train company ran a fucking train faster than 500 miles an hour. That's fucking quick.
Yeah. Imagine if we built that. We can get from New York to Los Angeles in like.
Bro,
3
imagine
hours.
everything we could fucking do if it wasn't for this.
Did you know
fucking
that
splinter on everybody's side called
on the
money?
high-speed railway, the electric line isn't straight. It's wired on in zigzags like this.
Mm-hmm.
Just so when you go at high speed, it files the thing down instead of cutting a groove in it.
Interesting.
You bet you never knew that.
I did. I learn something every day, my friend.
Bill, the science guy.
Never stop learning something
that's
every
true.
day.
That's one thing that we can definitely take away from this show. Part of the reason we're doing
We always
this
can.
is to keep
To inform and sometimes misinform by accident. We don't do it on purpose. But it happens.
Yeah.
So the
we get a
president.
little bit Fox Newsy at times when we smoke a little bit too much of the cheap.
Yeah, true that.
So the president takes the British Prime Minister David Cameron to an NCAA basketball game. I mean, honestly, I'm not criticizing, and I know he's a big basketball fan.
Is this a big news story on the internet? Is it
a big
really?
news story everywhere. But Dayton versus like Mississippi State, really? You couldn't go to an NBA game with the Prime Minister of Britain? Seems like you cheaped out on that one, Obama. What happened there? You couldn't go to a Bulls game? There's like 14 NBA games going on any given night. You go to an NCAA tournament game between two number 16 seeds who were fighting to get into the tournament to play a number 1 seed to get destroyed. I mean, we're really, I don't know. If I was David Cameron, this would frost relations. Couldn't you take him to like a fucking NHL game at least? What the hell happened?
I don't know.
This is the equivalent of like a spring training baseball game.
The man likes college basketball. What can I
I
say?
mean, I know Obama loves basketball, and I know that the Olympics are coming to England next year, and the NBA is obviously sending a bunch of players.
I'll admit I don't know much about this subject, so I'll have to do more research later.
All right, do more research later, but you don't really.
I don't follow sports at all, man.
This
Just
is
wrestling.
More of like,
That's it.
I'm just kind of railing on a couple of things here because I think this, we're getting a little too serious. We do want to get some comedy going.
Yeah, I
so
know.
I feel like this is an
Just
interesting
give him a
topic.
stage and a microphone.
Interesting topic to bring up because what the fuck? You go to a Western Kentucky game? Are you kidding?
What I want to know is why you have slow jazz porno 70s style music coming out your laptop.
What's that about?
I'm setting the mood, yo.
It's unprofessional.
What kind of
We're
move,
not
bro?
making a softcore porno.
For the
here.
record, it's Beck, the new pollution, okay? And there's a breakdown in it towards the end. I'll change the song. You're Nancy.
You said
What
Beck
was
and
that, like some Marvin Gaye or something.
No, that was Beck, bro. Like,
I see. You said Beck, and I just envision Glenn Beck. That
The only
motherfucker.
Beck I want to see.
Yo,
is that
what's
beer.
this? What's this about his change of heart or something? Apparently, what is it? What is that?
I don't know, man.
Did he have a change of heart? Really?
I don't think so. He's not on TV anymore, so I think people stopped caring. So he's trying to
Oh, really?
do radical things. But I really can't comment because I try to ignore it. The only person on Fox that I ever watched was
Judge
Napolitano.
Napolitano. Yeah.
And he got
Wow.
canceled because they're a bunch of pussies over there and can't take.
Here's the thing. I seen Captain Midnight, which is if you
They
look on
got
YouTube.
the Pete Popper stoppers because you say pussy with such passion.
But I don't put it on a pedestal. That's for sure.
Oh, Radio 420 AM W.E.E.D. Call us up. Let us know what you think. 347-674-20 AM. Yeah.
Yes, that's the number. You were saying? I'm sorry.
No, so the whole thing with Captain Midnight. If you look on YouTube, he's one of the spokes kids at Occupy Wall Street, and he was invited on to Judge Napolitano's show.
Mm-hmm.
And like the kid, like I'm gonna say, like, he's a smart kid. If you listen to his thing on YouTube, he's got like I don't know, like 1 million hits on there. But he's so they brought him on Napolitano's show, and he was like as smart as he is, he didn't realize what the producers were doing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just basically they just made him guide his narrative the way they wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
And like without him even knowing, so like, and the minute he tried to get in something real, like the Federal Reserve, or whatever, they cut him off kind of immediately.
I got a big announcement to make. I officially changed my rap name from Alexx to the Cheese Whiz.
That's major news dropping fucking breaking news on us, bro. I can't handle this. Hold on, I gotta reconstitute myself. I gotta think about this decision that you're making. Okay, I'll live. It's all good.
The Cheese Whiz.
I'll approve of it.
I know
it's
how to
pretty
make
good.
the cheddar.
You do like
The
cheese.
Cheese Whiz.
You do like cheese.
And I'm a cracker.
Yes, you do like cheese. This is true. So I gotta give you up. The first part is definitely true, and you are a whiz with computers and such. So maybe that's the second part referring to that.
The cheese refers to the money. Green is for the money. Gold is for the honey.
All right. Nice
Yeah, that's some
breakdown.
good shit.
That's a good breakdown right there. I mean, are you going to break out some freestyle for us like MC Ills did a few weeks back?
Yeah, I'm not even.
No.
I'm not
Can't
gonna.
say it
I won't
will.
attempt
A
that
boy
either.
can dream.
You know what? How about this? I'm not going to disappoint people, so in the near future, I'll do it.
You will? It's going to be written, though, right?
Correct. It
All right.
has to be.
I'll give
But
you
it
the
will be
break on
good.
that. No, listen, I understand. You know, it's been many years, in fact.
Very many years.
That we used to rap, and used to be pretty good. I'll give you props. You had some very, very comical.
So I'm entering the rap challenge.
Well,
I think I'm
listen,
going to unveil it on 420.
how about
in the
people,
420
leave a
episode?
voicemail with a freestyle. Do your best job, put you on air.
For the 420 episode, we'll do it.
347-674-20 AM. Call it up. Leave your best freestyle. You don't need a beat. If you want to put a beat on in the background, it's your call. And we'll do a face-off. We'll have MC Ills back. We'll do Alexx. We'll do a rap.
It's a good challenge.
And it's a good challenge, right? I
Yeah.
think people are into this. And
Yeah.
the winner, I'll personally send out a collection of CDs if you enter your yeah, I'll give you some CDs because I have a bunch of them. We'll do giveaways.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly, but it'll be a cool prize.
Yeah.
I'll send something out, and I
So
have
everybody wants your Barbra Streisand CDs.
They do. It'll be the duck sauce version. Barbra Streisand. Like 3 people got that one. Grammy nominated duck sauce.
It doesn't matter. It was still worth it.
You got to play that track now. You got to play Barbra Streisand in that
The
case.
3 people that did get it, that's who I want to be getting.
That's why you're going to play the track, you bastard.
No,
I know it's not the
Barbra
weekend.
Streisand on the show.
No. Duck sauce.
I can't afford that kind of
Duck
lawsuit
sauce,
right
bro.
now.
The duck sauce track, not the actual Barbra Streisand. Like duck sauce. The
I don't
song
want
is
to get
called.
not paid on the video because she was Barbra Streisand in it.
No. Who? Duck sauce? Duck sauce doesn't give a shit. They're not going to care about your stupid podcast. I mean, they might, but they're not going to sue us. They're too cool for that. This song. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you can't hear that in the mic.
I know,
so let's
I know.
get off the stuff.
But you're going to put it on.
Perhaps.
So help me God, bro. One more disrespect to
Oh,
my
that's right.
music,
It's
bro.
Tuesday.
It is Tuesday, exactly.
Yeah.
I know that the last week you probably had some choice tunes picked out, but we're going to have to. You can do 2 and 2. We'll split it this week, all right?
No, it'll just be 1-on-1.
1 and 1, all right.
There's only one song going in.
The show is long. The show is dragging, is what you're saying.
It's not dragging.
I know,
What are you
you're
talking
right. We're having a great time. W.E.E.D. 420 AM.
There's only room for one song. It's not dragging so much.
I don't know. He has got
It's been 20, 30, 48 minutes.
All right, we cut this part out, the 48-minute part. No one needs to know how long we're recording for. Anyway, let's take a quick break, I think, right?
Why?
Because we'll play Germany versus Poland after we come back.
Mexico, Poland.
Mexico, Poland. Sorry. I keep mixing those up.
Yeah,
My
we'll
bad.
be right back to play Mexico, Poland, right?
Duck
after
sauce,
this.
Barbra Streisand coming up. Now you have to
it's
play
not.
it.
You better stop with the Barbra Streisand stuff. I shouldn't have brought it up. I opened up a can of, like, this is Pandora's box over here.
Coming up next, Barbra Streisand by Duck Sauce.
No, it's not. We'll be right back after this.
Streisand.
We're back, Radio 420 AM W.E.E.D. So, yeah, I'm going to play you guys out. That was the plan.
That was the plan. I want to thank you once again to Hush Puppy coming through, talking some politics, social issues. I think we had a good time. Fun show, funny show as well. Some seriousness.
Yes.
Hope everybody learned something. Oh, it's so important.
That's the point, yeah.
We'll have you back on maybe next week.
All right.
We'll do a weekend show probably. We'll see what we can do with guests.
Sound applause, sound effect.
Next Tuesday, I hope you're free. But, we'll talk more. This is a very good topic. You've been an awesome guest, I got to say. I'm having a really sick time doing this podcast, W.E.E.D. 420 AM. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll be back. Anything else anyone else wants to add?
The number again is 347-674-20 AM.
Oh, yeah, and submit your rap, your freestyles on the
let's
voicemail.
not forget that. Anyways,
And,
we'll see you
play it
on the
air.
weekend.
Later.
Radio 420.
What up, Alex? It's coming at you from Raffy's house with goodies. This is what I have to say about the movement. Occupy Wall Street, yeah, they got some good points, but the way they're doing it, completely fucking ignorant. You want to get something done, get the fuck up off your ass and stop sitting around and laying all over the fucking place. Fucking Coney movement, fuck that shit. It's a fucking profit organization with 30% donations. We're probably doing more harm than benefit. So, yeah.